It'll be a bullpen day, and Brian Snitker, CJ, will start with the closer, Raisel Iglesias.
A guy who has started before, obviously, the very beginning of his career, but that's not what this is. It's a bullpen day today for the Atlanta Braves. A great season for Iglesias with that 2.75 ERA. We know, of course, that he's got a good fastball.
Of the season. We are happy to be back in your living room, folks. Thanks for spending this day with us. First pitch swinging. Clement gives it a ride. And it's going to go off the wall and take a carom way back in toward the infield. Clement's going to dig for third. And a first pitch triple for the Blue Jays. Spots for Toronto. That'll help his cause. And here is a guy who certainly is not fighting for a roster spot in Vlad Guerrero Jr. Meanwhile,
for positions the rest of the way.
Guerrero fouls this one off, 2-1. And And Guerrero chased one, 2-2 for the last 3 seasons. This one gets by Murphy. Clement will come in. So a quick run for the Blue Jays before an out is recorded, and this ball is smoked. Look out on the berm. 2 batters in. It is 2-0. Well, the good news, it's spring training, and this really doesn't count.
It doesn't, and listen, it is
Derby champ in 2023, going yard there. That's a good point, though, and I know it's the game in the center of the diamond.
Again, especially when you're coming in such high intense situations throughout the regular season, right? You get your system of where the power has gone over the last couple of years. A guy who hits the ball on the ground a lot. I like to talk launch angle when it comes to Vladdy Jr.
But it was good enough to get into the playoffs, but they did not show up. Their bats did not show up. Well, Iglesias able to bounce back. He does.
Is back. Kevin Biggio another, but having a guy like Vogelback in camp.
Now that would missing in a 3-1 at this point.
If there's anything that he was working on, absolutely you can play with it. Even in this scenario, you find some different things, especially in different counts. You go for it.
This one rolled foul off the bat of. This one hit well to right, and that thing is going to hit up above the yellow line for a Sono homer. So a tough start here for Iglesias. The feast or famine guy. He feasted there. Iglesias himself at the back end of that Atlanta Braves bullpen. Swing and a miss. Good job here to get Schneider. We will talk a lot about this bullpen as things go on here, but
good reputations there, guys that have done some things, but it's the variety of looks that they have of some power arms, guys that do it different ways is what everybody wants in their bullpen.
And Bowden Francis high and inside.
To prove to us that he is indeed healthy and ready to go.
Ozzie Albies, big swing and a miss. Ozzie thought about it.
Batting average against his curveball, 091 on the slider.
It's a soft one out to Clement. So one fly out to right, one to left.
He did, and now, of course, we've talked about it a lot here leading up to the start of the season, the idea that he'd like to get in on that Gold Glove conversation. Already.
Well, certainly the defense has been much improved throughout his career. It just seems to get better and better. Swing and a miss through a 96-mile-per-hour heater there, and the Braves go in.
Opposed to maybe during the regular season, especially when you're down a few runs.
Gets into this one, but the ballpark will hold it. And one away in the bottom of the second. 6 slot.
It's one of the fun things you get to do as a Braves fan is to.
Just missing there from Bowden Tallahassee. And Michael Harris takes it 3-2. Michael just turned 20. Puts this one on the ground as short. Kiner Falefa goes the short route. I don't know why you throw it to first with Michael Harris. And the luxury for the Braves to have that catching tandem again of Murphy and over Over to third, Escobar goes to second, and that'll do it. Braves strand a runner. It is to already basically have your roster set. There's not very many unknowns with this ball club.
You know, they're sending cars back. They're starting to think about apartments, wherever they're going to go, and all that. And I think they're very appreciative of the fact that
not a lot that had to be settled here in spring training, but no doubt I got to believe for you, one of the things on your mind was this guy right here on the mound right now, and Tyler Matzik, and how
velocity, you know, getting the timing with his delivery, which all that stuff will come with time and appearances. And but
you get Matzik coming back, you get Bummer and some of the others. The balance of the bullpen just seems to be really strong going into the season.
It really is. I mean, we got a lot of guys that have had success in the major leagues. The you know, the regulars that they bring over, and plus the fact we could not have him sit around the bullpen for 3 hours, you know. Yeah, I'm ready to get going.
So having this many great tools, and especially on the offensive side, we were just talking a little while.
And, you know, I'll move Michael around. He's kind of worked his way up to the top of the, you know, high.
Not about it. It's been like that with this organization for a really long time. Go back to the Bobby Cox days. I believe that's, you know, certainly a big part of this, and then a snit or a good thing. But the tone that he sets with these guys, with everybody involved, it kind of gives you that overall feeling for everybody that, hey, we're going to
go over back in the 2016 season, and people weren't really sure how long would he be around to just be an interim guy. Well, he has stuck around.
And what's nice, again, going back to the construction of this bullpen and right out of the chute. It wasn't intentional. You can see where the setup is, and Tyler Matzik trying to throw that breaking ball away.
The strikeout there. Guerrero led things. Came in on the hand, shallow left. Kelnick, bathed in sunshine, takes it into the.
Not easy to try to stay balanced like that, and that's something that big.
That is fair to Atlanta this afternoon.
You see something we saw last year with this club at a pitch up in the zone. Why not go out and get it and hook this thing into left field? Good looking swing there from Orlando.
So all we needed was a little talk of you bringing in a Marlin, and the offense comes. Now the news, of course, recently this past week with Adam Duvall returning to the Braves, and the announcement that the plan. And it pops this out of play.
And it's always difficult. It's the second time he's done it. I'm concerned about this kid has a ton of talent.
And Alex Anthopoulos and Brian Snitker both said, look,
a lot of talk about a right-handed bat as a backup outfielder. Who friend and Adam Duvall, just a perfect fit.
Kelnick gives this a pretty good ride, but Lucas had him shaded perfectly. Orlando will
always playing this game every day.
And Escobar boots this one, but it goes right to the shortstop, Kiner for left. Third base. That's kind of where the question marks are for this Blue Jays infield. It's Matt Chapman ahead of this. Well hit but foul off the bat. Full count to Ozzie Albies. Pass Tom Goodwin down.
The guys that'll be in those coaches' boxes this year.
That one misses. Ozzie trots to first. Look, in guys like Ozzie, these Riley struck out swinging to end the first inning. He's over 1. Kobe, free refill. We welcomed you to our crew. We also welcome a new.
Look beautiful, and it's nice not to be the only new guy.
Yeah, right.
It's helpful.
You got some company.
Some sideline.
Swing and a miss, and down goes Riley for the second time. The